Hi, I'm Shannon, owner of Pahrump Early Learning Academy, where we are more than just childcare.
Hi, I'm Monique Mitchell with KPVM Television. My children attend Pella and they love it. The curriculum they have is pretty amazing, and my children learn what they need at their level.
Not only are the children learning, they're having fun, and that's what matters.
I like Pella. They help you with your homework, and it's fun.
Give us a call today to tour our facility at 751-5335.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community. News is also brought to you by Half Price Lawyers, the only law firm in Pahrump with a low price guarantee. Located at 41 North Highway 160, Unit 11. Call 400-0000.
Tonight on News 46, a local attorney speaks out about her animals. The assistant sheriff comments on an allegation, and a fundraiser will be held for CASA. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Thursday, September 4th, 2014. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. Some sad news tonight as comedian Joan Rivers died in a New York hospital today, a week after suffering cardiac arrest during a medical procedure. Her daughter, Melissa Rivers, has made a statement. My mother passed away peacefully at 1:17 p.m., surrounded by family and close friends. She adds, my son and I would like to thank the doctors, nurses, and staff of Mount Sinai Hospital for the amazing care they provided for my mother. Cooper and I have found ourselves humbled by the outpouring of love, support, and prayers we have received from around the world. They have been heard and appreciated. The 81-year-old Rivers had been on life support at Manhattan's Mount Sinai Hospital, where she was taken after she stopped breathing at the Yorkville Endoscopy Clinic last Thursday. The outpatient clinic is now being investigated by the New York State Department of Health. Rivers was undergoing an apparently minor elective procedure at the clinic when she suffered cardiac and respiratory arrest. Nye County Animal Control officers took dozens of dogs into custody from attorney Nancy Lord's home located off Blagg and Stagecoach Roads last week after numerous complaints led to a decision that the animals were considered a nuisance. The law states that a resident cannot have over 5 animals on their property without a permit. District Attorney Brian Kunze is possibly now looking at filing criminal charges on Lord after he says were numerous attempts to bring the resident into compliance with the law. The animals had admittedly been running at large on numerous occasions. Nancy herself admits that she let her dogs out when animal control agents arrived to avoid capture at a different location on Basin Avenue. The dogs that have been seized are inside the shelter at this time, awaiting a final decision for adoption or if they can be returned to Lord.
Well, it's very sad. My dogs are at the pound, about half of them.
So you had how many dogs?
There were 40. We had done the right thing by them. We had a couple of girls that got pregnant, you know, that we didn't, they were young, hadn't had them fixed, and we didn't just drop them off at the pound. That would have been the easy thing to do. You know, we spent time chasing them. We fixed the fence over and over and over. If I had had any idea they would or could just come in and take my dogs, I would never have dropped my cases. I filed cases raising the constitutional problems with this 5-dog limit as ex post facto because I had more than 5 when it was passed, and was assured by the courts that they could not do this without due process. They went in to seize evidence that I had more than 5 dogs. Everyone knows this. Judge Lane has asked me if I was late for court. Counselor, were your dogs loose again? Yes, Your Honor, they were loose. For 3 years, they've been getting out. They stay out maybe 20 minutes. After a time or two, people see they're not so unharmful. They, even if in a group, if someone walks up to them, even non-aggressively, they run. They're scared. They're not dogs that run up to people.
What was the issue with being able to keep them in? How come you weren't able to keep them in?
Well, they would dig under the fence, and we were working on it, but we were caught in a trick bag where we have this ordinance, and we don't know what they're doing, and we don't want to put, like, $15,000 into a fence. So we tried to fix it as best we could. But we never were told, if you don't bring your numbers down to 5, we are going to come and take them, ever. In 3 years, they came around. Some of them, 2 of them were actually on the surface very, very nice. But it had started with this one officer who charged me with cruelty to my horses. And one of those horses, the horse that died, was not even mine. He was a horse that I bought as a present to my boyfriend. It was his first horse. There's no way I was cruel to that horse.
Why did the horse die?
He was old. I bought him from a trader. We'd had a lot of problems from the very jump. We'd spent thousands of dollars in several different vets trying to get him right. He had ear mites when we got him. Larry was climbing up on the corral gate to put oil on his ears. We got that fixed. He had problems with his feet, problems with his knees.
And we'll keep you updated on that story. Nye County Sheriff's Office former Detective David Berukowitz has issued a statement regarding his reassignment to detention officer, stating that the change in his position was retaliation for the arrest he conducted on Assistant Sheriff Rick Marshall. News 46 has requested an interview with his attorney, which we hope to have in the near future. For now, the president of the Nye County Law Enforcement Association, David Berukowitz, has vowed to take extensive legal action against Sheriff DeMayo, his administration, and the Nye County Sheriff's Office for what they call their retaliatory and inappropriate conduct. News 46 was able to get a comment from Assistant Sheriff Rick Marshall about the allegations.
It's a personnel issue, so I really cannot discuss it. I did see the press release that the Nye County Law Enforcement Association's union put out today. I'm disappointed that Mr. Berukowitz thinks that it's a demotion to work in the jail. I believe that his press release said that he was demoted from detective to detention deputy. It's not a demotion to work in the jail. We have hardworking men and women who work in that jail day in, day out, and provide a valuable service to not only the citizens of Nye County, but the Nye County Sheriff's Office themselves. So I'm a little disappointed that he thinks it's a demotion to work in the jail. All it is a reassignment. Other than that, I have to refer you to District Attorney Brian Coonsey or Sheriff DeMayo.
You're part of the Nye County Law Enforcement Association's union too as well, aren't you?
No, I'm part of the Nye County Law Enforcement Management Association.
And so this union has now issued this press release saying that they're going to go forward now with possible lawsuits.
You know, Deanna, we are very confident in the county's ability to successfully defend any lawsuit that the Nye County Law Enforcement Association brings concerning this matter. We're confident that when all the facts are presented, that any reviewing authority will make a determination that there is no retaliation, that this was done in a good, clean, proper manner. And again, I'll refer you to District Attorney Brian Coonsey and Sheriff Tony DeMayo.
A registered sex offender named Gary Ward was arrested for alleged sexual misconduct with a 12-year-old boy. The victim alleges that Ward touched him inappropriately and made sexual comments. Ward has reportedly admitted that he touched the boy, but said he was cleaning him. News 46 will be back in just a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Welcome back to News 46. A special fundraiser will be held next Monday night at the new location of China Walk on Highway 160.
We are so fortunate that the owners of China Walk are allowing us to do their soft opening this coming Monday. and we're going to have our staff and board members out in front of the China Walk restaurant selling tickets to go in and have their buffet dinner, and a portion of the proceeds benefits CASA. So we're very excited and very honored that they chose us.
So this is going to open up, there's probably limited seating, but I think pretty much everybody can go. It's $15. It's all you can eat.
$15 all you can eat buffet. Their own grand opening is going to be the following night, on Tuesday night. So we're expecting probably between 50 and 75 people on Monday night. So we're looking forward to it.
People can come on down and also support the court-appointed special advocates.
Absolutely. We always need support. We never turn away support. And of course, our luau is coming up the same week, so I'm a little crazy. But on Saturday night, next week, the 13th, we have our luau up at Wine Ridge, and we're very excited about that, too.
There's only a few tickets left for that.
Just a few. We only have about 20 tickets left for luau because there is a maximum number that can attend because of the size of the facility. So, yeah, so we're very excited. And if you want tickets for that, please come in, call me now.
What's the number?
Number is 775-513-9514.
So the China Walk event, what a great idea to have an opening for a restaurant to benefit a nonprofit organization. What time is the event going to be held at?
It's going to be from 5 to 9, and any time people can come during that time. They don't have to all be there right at 5. I was very fortunate in that when I was in Las Vegas, I opened a couple of restaurants, one being Carrabba's on West Charleston, and it was very successful. So it's a good idea whenever something new opens up, jump on it.
A United States judge has ruled that British Petroleum's recklessness caused 2010's massive Gulf oil spill, a move that could cost the company billions. Earlier this week, Halliburton, the company in charge of sealing the completed Deepwater Horizon well that spewed millions of gallons of oil into the Gulf, agreed to pay $1.1 billion to settle claims arising from its negligence. The judge will now hold a penalty phase to decide how much the company will pay, and BP may face as much as $18 billion in civil penalties under the Clean Water Act. CVS Caremark stopped selling tobacco products in all of its stores starting Wednesday, a move that health experts hope will be followed by other major drugstore chains. CVS announced in February that it planned to drop tobacco by October 1st as the sales conflicted with its health care mission. Here's Noah Began with today's Angie's List report.
The end of summer doesn't mean the end of lawn care, but after months of mowing, it can be easy to put yourself on autopilot when cutting the grass. Last year, more than 300,000 people were treated for lawnmower-related injuries, according to the Consumer Product Safety Commission. And today's Angie's List report, how to keep yourself and your family safe. Lacey Nix knows how quickly lawnmower accidents can happen.
I was in the backyard and I got to the last final strip of grass. I was kind of distracted, had my headphones in, saying hi to my kids, and I hit something with the mower. I heard a loud noise and then felt this sharp pain in my leg.
That sharp pain was the result of a metal hanger that ripped straight through her lower left leg. Her fiance rushed her to the hospital where doctors had to perform emergency surgery.
They were so surprised, they asked if they could take photos.
Nix, who writes about lawn care and home improvement for Angie's List, admits she made some mowing mistakes.
I wrote a cover story on DIY disasters just a few months ago, and I honestly thought some of the mistakes were so silly and so crazy that it could never really happen to me, and now I find myself in one of the biggest mistakes of all time. So it can happen to anybody.
So what can you do to stay safe? Angie's List says you should always check your lawn for stones, sticks, and other objects. Wear long pants and sturdy closed-toed shoes. Children should never ride as passengers on riding mowers or be towed behind. And don't forget to read the owner's manual.
You should always read the owner's manual of your lawnmower because all models are different. Safety features could be different. The blade could operate or be located in different spots. So don't take it for granted. Read before you operate.
Lawn mowing is not a task you should rush through. If you're crunched for time, you may be better off hiring a pro.
In fact, my cheapness cost me about $26,000 after everything was all said and done. So for something that would have cost me about $100 a month for somebody else to do, it was really, really dumb of me.
If you want to keep your lawnmower running in optimal condition for as long as possible, don't neglect routine maintenance. For a quick turnaround, take your mower in at the close of the mowing season or before spring grasses start to grow. Angie's List says pros typically charge between $50 and $75 for a regular tune-up. I'm Noah Began for News 46.
Thanks so much, Noah. Former Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton is the scheduled featured speaker at a renewable energy conference hosted for the 7th year by Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid at a Las Vegas Strip resort. Clinton's speech during Thursday's annual National Clean Energy Summit will come 2 years after a similar engagement at the same event by her husband, former President Bill Clinton. When we come back from this break, we'll have your news across Nevada.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Nathan Adelson Hospice, proud to be the hospice of choice in Pahrump for 15 years. Please call 775-751-6700 to find out how Nathan Adelson can assist you.
One child remains hospitalized in good condition after a group of children and adults were burned in a chemical flash during a tornado demonstration Wednesday at the Terry Lee Wells Discovery Museum in downtown Reno. The museum reopened today, although the tornado demonstrations have been suspended. 8 children and 1 adult were taken to the hospital with minor burns or smoke inhalation. 4 other people were treated at the scene. Several children suffered acid burns on their hands, arms, and faces. Preliminary investigation indicates it was not an explosion, but a chemical flash similar to throwing gasoline on a fire. Firefighters are blaming an employee's error for the flash fire. Reno fire officials said a 3 to 5 second blaze erupted after the museum presenter poured alcohol on a cotton ball that had been dusted with boric acid and partially ignited. Officials say the alcohol is supposed to be applied before the boric acid and the flame. The demonstration is designed to create a small tornado out of green smoke. The Southern Nevada Health District is reporting a case of West Nile virus in a male older than 50 with a serious neuroinvasive form of the illness. This is the first human case of West Nile illness in Clark County in 2014. There were 9 cases reported in 2013. The health district mosquito pools in various zip codes throughout Clark County. The West Nile virus can be prevented by using insect repellents and eliminating sources of standing water which support mosquito breeding. For information about prevention tips and which zip codes have been identified, visit the health district's West Nile virus page. West Nile virus is spread through the bite of an infected mosquito, which acquire the virus by feeding on infected birds. The illness is not spread person to person. Many people with the virus have no symptoms or very mild clinical symptoms of illness. Mild symptoms include fever, headache, body ache, nausea, vomiting, and sometimes swollen lymph glands or skin rash on the chest, stomach, and back. In some cases, the virus can be severe and even cause death. Nevada state officials have announced that the state will be the site of electric car maker Tesla Motors' $5 billion lithium-ion battery gigafactory, beating out tough competition from other western states, including Texas, California, Arizona, and New Mexico. Nevada will be hosting the 10 million square foot factory, the equivalent of about 174 football fields, not only thanks to the state's low tax rates and proximity to renewable energy sources, but also due to a generous incentive package offered by the state, which until now has had little presence in the auto industry. While Tesla is taking advantage of Nevada's business-friendly environment, the state has much to gain from the company's presence. The plant, which is slated to be up and running by 2017, will employ up to 6,500 workers. It is eventually expected to produce more than all of the lithium-ion battery production in the world today. Tesla is also planning to roll out its third vehicle, an electric car called the Model 3, in 2017 to coincide with the launch of the plant. The Model 3 would offer a more affordable $35,000 price tag compared to current Tesla models that retail for more than double that price. Officials gathered in the desert near Primm on Wednesday to mark the state-of-the-art construction on Nevada's newest and largest solar power array. The Silver State South project on 2,500 acres of federal land 50 miles south of Las Vegas is expected to generate 250 megawatts of electricity, enough to supply up to 80,000 homes. Southern California Edison will buy power from the array once it goes online. The project is located on I-15 at the California-Nevada border and is due due for completion in 2016 and expected to generate 300 construction jobs. But just 10 people will be needed to operate it. Silver State South will surround an existing 600-acre field of solar panels known as Silver State North, which went online in 2012 as the nation's first large-scale solar power plant built on public land. Nevada has seen about $2.3 billion invested so far in solar power generation. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. That's your news across Nevada.
This is the first business brief for Thursday, September 4th. I'm Angela Miles. Home Depot attempts to calm customers in the wake of a possible nationwide data breach. The home improvement retailer says it's still not certain there was a breach. However, via its website and social media, promises to protect customers. There's speculation the breach could be even larger than Target's. It's decision day in Europe. The European Central Bank could attempt an emergency stimulus package to pull the Eurozone out of a possible recession. The ECB may launch an all-out asset purchase program, better known as quantitative easing. The Eurozone is facing new economic hurdles from the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. And the Wall Street Journal reports Tesla will choose Nevada as a place to build its giant battery gigafactory. The car company is working with Panasonic to produce batteries for its electric cars. The governor has called a news conference for this evening. That's a first business brief. I'm Angela Miles.
Thanks so much, Angela. I think you copied my story there. I'm not sure. But when we come back from this break, we're going to join Noah Beacon once again with your weather.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Thursday, September 4th. Today we had sunny skies with a high of 97 degrees. Your average temperature at this time of year is 98 degrees. Winds were coming from the south-southwest today at 16 miles per hour with gusts up to 18 miles per hour. So we had some pretty moderate winds out there. The UV index today was 8, which is very high. Humidity was at 11%. Sunrise was at 6:18 this morning, and the record high in 1947 was 111 degrees. Tonight we'll have clear skies with a low of 70 degrees. Your average temperature at this time of year is 6 degrees above that at 76 degrees. Winds will be coming from the south-southeast at 4 miles per hour with gusts up to 7 miles per hour, so the winds will be calming down a little bit this evening. Humidity will be at 19%. Sunset will be at 7:07 p.m. and the record low in 1941 was 57 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have sunny skies with a high of 98 degrees and a low of 71 degrees. Winds will be coming from the south at 6 miles per hour with gusts up to 11 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 16%. Sunrise will be at 6:18 a.m. and the UV index will be 9, which is very high. 4 hours, 7-day forecast. We'll have a mostly sunny week. We might have some rain on Sunday and Monday, though. Your high temperatures will be ranging from the low to high 90s, and your low temperatures will be ranging from the high 60s to the low 70s.
Interesting change. Might have some rain. Well, we'll keep an eye on that for sure. The Bureau of Land Management will celebrate National Public Lands Day on September 20th and 27th. They're looking for volunteers for 3 Southern Nevada events, and they're also going to have their fees waived at Red Rock National Conservation Area on September 27th. There's going to be an event here in Pahrump on the public land on Bella Vista at that shooting range on September 20th, beginning at 8 a.m. They need volunteers to assist by cleaning up the desert and removing debris and landscaping. For more information on this event, you can contact Melissa Sanders at 702-515-5034. That's 702-515-5034. And Nye Community Coalition is holding that teen night tomorrow night. It's free to the public and it starts at 6 p.m. and lasts until 9. They're located at 1020 East Wilson Road on the corner of West and Wilson Street, and it's open to middle school through high school age students. For more information, you can give them a call, 727-9970. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. From everyone up here, including Noah, Darby, and Patrick, we wish you a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow. All right.